former Prime Minister of Senegal, Amadou Ba, has conceded defeat in the first round of the general election and congratulated his opponent, Bassirou Faye. Now, official results have not yet been made public, but that concession by Ba does mean that Faye is likely to be on course for power. It is then a huge moment for Senegal this afternoon, and let's cross straight to Dakar, the Senegalese capital, get the very latest from our correspondent Sam Bradpeace. Sam, what can you tell us this hour?
Well, this concession from Amadou Ba, the former Prime Minister, does really seem to be just another piece of evidence suggesting that the opposition figure, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, has won with an absolute majority the first round of the Senegalese presidential election. Big caveat, the official final results haven't come out yet. We're expecting those on Friday at midnight at the latest. But as I said, this concession does certainly point in that direction. Should Mr. Bassirou Diomaye Faye take the Senegalese presidency in the first round of the election, it really would be remarkable. He'd be the youngest president in Senegalese history. His supporters have been celebrating since Sunday night. Amadou Ba, the former prime minister, Macky Sall's ally and chosen successor, isn't the first presidential candidate to congratulate Mr. Faye on what looks like a pretty crushing victory. But certainly his voice is important as a kind of sign of things to come.
Let's talk a bit then about Faye. As you say, we don't have the official confirmation yet that he is to be Senegal's next leader, but there are suggestions, given the concession of the opposition candidate, that he could well be. So we need to know about him. He ran as an anti-establishment candidate, didn't he? How would you characterise him and his politics?
Yeah, I mean, he was certainly the most radical of all the candidates going into this presidential election. One of his flagship policies involves withdrawing Senegal from the CFA franc. That's a currency used throughout West Africa. It's a colonial era currency, which Bassirou Diomaye Faye argues was essentially implemented in the first place to benefit France rather than the Senegalese people. That's a policy which is certainly popular among some sections of the electorate, but which others on the presidential campaign trail have consistently argued against, warning that it would deter foreign direct investment in Senegal, which they argue is something that the country needs. He's definitely a sovereignist candidate. Some might go as far as to say a populist candidate. But what we do know about him is that he's certainly a very popular candidate, and that his message really resonated with the country's youth. It is a very young population, and Bassirou Diomaye Faye managed to capture some of the energy and some of the resentment felt towards Macky Sall's presidency. So, as I said, still waiting for official confirmation that he will be the next president of Senegal, but things certainly looking that way. He's certainly a radical figure who has the potential to change the kind of geopolitical landscape of Senegal and West Africa more widely in years to come.